மருவும் அடியார்கள் மனதில் விளையாட மோரோஷ் மலை மாநகரில் முருகையா. மருவும் அடியார்கள் மனதில் விளையாட மோரோஷ் மலை மாநகரில் முருகையா. எங்கள் அழகமலை தெய்வமலை உங்கள் புதிய வீருமலை வாவாவேல் முகமழகன் மோரோஷ்.
தொலைக்காட்சி பெரு ரசிகர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் எமது உள்ளங்கனிந்த வணக்கம். நம் இன்றைய சிறப்பு நிகழ்ச்சியை காணுமாறு உங்கள் அனைவரையும் நாங்கள் அன்புடன் வரவேற்கின்றோம். இன்று நம் மத்தியில் ஆஸ்திரேலியா நாட்டிலிருந்து வருகை தந்திருக்கின்ற ஒரு மாபெரும் கலைஞர். அவருக்கு தெய்வீக குரல் உண்டு. அவர் திருப்புகழ் பாடல்களையும் முருக பாடல்களையும் பாடி வந்திருக்கின்றார். அன்பு மக்களே, today we have with us a voice who has resonated in the hearts of thousands, a man whose dedication to music, culture and Tamil heritage is truly inspiring. He is not just a singer, but a storyteller, a preserver of tradition, and a symbol of devotion, a symbol of passion. Please join me in welcoming the one and only Arunagiri Selvar, Magantharen Balakisten Ayya avargal, a name who needs no introduction in the world of music. Vanakkam Ayya.
Om Saravana Baba, Vanakkam, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
It's an absolute honor to have you here with us today.
Muruga Saran.
Ayya, you have been singing since a very long time back, that is, since a very young age. How did your journey with music begin?
My journey has started with my mother. She was a singer, and she comes from a family of musicians. And she would tell me later in my life that I used to react to her singing when I was still in her womb. She used to sing Abhirami Andadi in the Mohanam Ragam. And as I grew up, when I was 4 years old, I had my stage performance. My only memories before that was singing bhajans with the family at Kavadi and Thevarams at the temple, verses from the Tirumurai. But my first solid memory is singing at a public function when I was 4 years old. I sang Malai Mela Varuginra Madhava, and the other song that I had learnt was Maruda Malai Mamaniye, which I sang when I was 5 years old.
5 years old.
Yes.
Maruda Malai Mamaniye.
I belong to the Tamil Protective Association, a Tamil school in Peter Maritzburg, my hometown. And the first public performance that I had was a wedding ceremony when I was 4. And it so happened by Muruga's grace that the Tamil school teacher was there. She recognized my parents and said, please send him to Tamil school on Monday. And the music journey had taken off.
Wow.
Yes.
Just blissful.
Yeah.
We all learn from our mother first. That
Yes.
is, our mother is our first guru.
Yes.
So during this journey, who has inspired you?
It has to be my mother again. Her voice was obviously, being my mother, it was the sweetest voice to listen to as a son, but she also had an incredible singing talent. She was fairly untrained, but she had a music guru who would inspire her to sing at a higher level every time she sat down to sing. And I had the rare gift of having him as my guru since my birth because he was there with my family. So
Okay.
yes.
And then...
So he's the inspiration. His name is Mr. Vijayasegaran Phillips. He passed away last year, but even up to the last moments, he would still teach me. So he was there as my guru since my birth. My second guru I met at Tamil school when I was 4, and that was the late Miss Dana Lakshmi Naika, and she taught me Sangeetham. It was an incredible journey. I learned with her for many years, more than 15 years. And my third guru was Ise Selvamani Karthigesan when I was an adult, who helped me put things together. And I've also had very inspirational lessons from Chitravina Ravikiran, Neveli Santana Gopalan. It seems that once Muruga has conquered me, it was very easy to learn more music. I always had teachers and support, and even up to now, and such as Muruga's compassion for his devotees.
Okay, but you have learned music since a child, but you have not pursued your career in music.
Yes, being born in South Africa, it is difficult to sustain a living from Indian classical music.
Definitely.
While the artists there have extraordinary talent, they also go to India, study the arts, come back and teach it, but they are performing mainly at temples and at concerts that may not be sufficient to sustain a full lifestyle. So everybody has to have an academic career and then a music career.
Of
So in my academic career, I've achieved 2 degrees. I have a civil engineering degree and a structural engineering degree. And so I maintain a full-time working career, and music is my full-time working career. I don't consider my academic career to be my career. It's just something I have to do my duties, which is very important in Muruga Bhakti. But everything else is music.
Okay, that's very nice, because when I look at you, I won't be like imagining that you have done civil engineering.
Yes. It's strange. I prefer to be as I am now, completely and all the time. But in Muruga Bhakti, dharmic life is very important. You have to do your duties. And because of that, I was encouraged to study. So now, when I go to work as an engineer, all the people around me would eventually come to know Muruga. They'll start wearing Rudraksha.
Okay.
And it's just everywhere I go, it just happens this way. There's no effort in it, but it's beautiful.
I think it's your divine presence.
Yeah. To get close to Muruga, you have to stay in the middle, a balanced life. Too much of anything else will not get you to him. If you are balanced and still, he's Ubadesam to Arunagiri Nadara Summa Irusolara. That stillness is only in the balance. You cannot be chasing either spiritual life or academic life. You have to stay balanced in the middle. It's the easiest path to his feet.
Of course. Thank you so much for this, Aya. And we have seen that you have a close connection to Mauritius. Like you were in Mauritius in 2016, am I right?
Yes, by Muruga's grace, I had recorded an album in South Africa, and being a South African trained artist, I was hesitant to put the music out into the world, and I wasn't sure how it will be received. So, but I started a YouTube channel, and I put a few songs there. And it so happened around 2016 that Maurosh Murugan Malai Kovil had contacted me because they heard the songs on YouTube and asked if I'd come and sing for Muruga in Maurosh in Mauritius. I hadn't been here before, and I think the people had not really known me then. But somehow Maurosh Muruga had called me and enslaved me and connected me with the people. And I still don't understand it. And now that I'm here 9 years later and I see what his connection has done for us, it is all him. And yeah, everything is Muruga. All is his, nothing is ours. And this is how he brings all the devotees together.
Maybe at that time, in 2016, not so many people know you. But today, you are an icon, I can say. Like in every festival, in every Kavadi, be it Taipusam Kavadi, Sittire Kavadi, or even during our Purattasi, Govindan Tiruvira, we always, not we, but I think all the Tamilargal in Mauritius, we play your song. We admire you for that. And now you have come after 9 years. So how is our approach?
I understand what you're saying, but that relationship with the devotees here in Mauritius is working both ways. I did not expect them to be so extraordinarily appreciative of the music. However, I don't think they know that they, here in Mauritius, have made a grand contribution in inspiring me on what I should sing next. And this happens with the devotees where when you go to meet them, automatically you would get a feel for what it is that they enjoy listening to. And I would want to record the songs that they like. Even if I record a new song, I was coming to Mauritius and I wanted to record a song for Maurosh Muruga. And the song is based on the feeling that I had when I came in 2016.
Okay.
It's not a random song at all. It's how I think the people received me, how they felt, Mauritius has extraordinary hospitality. And when I was singing this song, Varavenu Morosh Muruga, that's what I wanted to. There's a clay pot at the beginning trying to show our roots that all of us came to Mauritius and South Africa the same way. We have that simple heritage. The clay pot was to start that off, and it slowly develops into a beautiful interlude that shows the development of our lives, how resilient our ancestors would have been to make a life that we can sustain ourselves in. And then the lyrics and the music and everything is just glorious, and that's the way Tirumuruga Peruman had come with them, gave them the blessing, and now we can sit here, have a studio interview, very much because of all of that. It's a synergy, and it happens with the devotees around the world, but the devotees here in Mauritius have a special place in my heart. I know that I know that I have a special place in their heart, but I'm not sure whether they know it's the same for me. So if today's interview is about anything, it should be that my gratitude for them, that I hold them in my heart as well.
Thank you so much.
Muruga Sir.
And while talking about the Murugan, Morosh Murugan Malay Kovil, you have composed yourself the song Varavendum Morosh Muruga, Mauritius Kanda. So where do you get your inspiration? Like you have been here, yes, in 2016, and then after 9 years composing this song, like literally describing the Murugan Malay Kovil.
So up until 2012, I was a musician pursuing a music career and enjoying my music and trying to live a pious life, a God-loving life, and a dharmic life. But in 2012, by many moments of inspiration and many clues on many experiences that I had, I felt it was time to record the Kanda Shasti Kavasam. And when I started to learn the song, I saw a whole lot of lyrics that Devaraya Swamigal had written that I didn't understand. And it's not about the Tamil, it's that I've been singing for so long and acquired a fair understanding to be able to sit and offer my music as devotion. But the Kanda Shasti Kavasam changed that. There was information in there that I didn't recognize, and I felt if I didn't recognize, there may be thousands of devotees that are not recognizing that value of the Kanda Shasti Kavasam. So I appealed to Tirumuruga Peruman that I didn't feel that was fair, that I should understand. Slowly, there's no rush for him to pour all the wisdom into me right away, but slowly through the rest of my life, he should be there to make me understand that. And in 2012, he conquered me and he captured me completely. I am entirely his slave. Everything that happened thereafter is all him. There is no personal inspiration to write any song that I can claim to be my own. It is all through the grace.
And then in 2016, you have been collaborating with Morosh Murugan Kovil, but now in 2025, you have been collaborating with other Kovil like Kanaga Durgai Kovil and SSTDS. You have come to Mauritius mainly for like 3 purposes: for the Murugan Malay Kovil, and then for the concerts and unveiling of Arunagiri Nadar Silai.
Yes. So the relationship with Arunagiri Nadar Swamigal that Tirumuruga Peruman has graciously allowed me to have is a very unique one. And maybe I must explain this here because the Tamil people of Mauritius are the same as in Durban as well. When Tirumuruga Peruman has conquered me in 2012, by my own wish, the wisdom to find him, that is absolute wisdom, beyond the perception of how we see him, and absolute wisdom to reach him, he would have planted a small seed in me. And if I spoke about that, it was very difficult for people who live in the normal society to understand. So a few people who were spiritually elevated would understand that, but it became very difficult. So Tirumuruga Peruman showed me a way to make it easy. That wisdom on how to reach his lotus feet is contained in Tiruppugal. Now I had been singing Tiruppugal from a very young age, but maybe 1 or 2 songs that you in Mauritius would also be familiar with, the popular songs, Agaramamagi, Bhakti Alyan Unnai, Aingarani Vattamanam, all those were there. But I didn't know any more. So when I had this dilemma of, Muruga, how am I going to present this? Whatever grace you have bestowed on me has to reach the people in one way or the other, because if I can experience it, and I am a common man, then anybody can experience it. And then he's granted me an ability to sing Tirupugar, even though I cannot speak Tamil. And since then, he hasn't stopped. And I can say this very much, that in Tirupugar, there is an answer for every challenge in every life. If you ask Tirumuruga Peruman, he will grant you the Tirupugar to sing. So when I was coming to Mauritius now, through the grace of Muruga and under the auspices of Mauritius Murugan Malai Kovil, I found that Muruga wanted me to visit a few other temples, and one of them was the Kanaka Durgai Sangam Kovil, and also St. Julian's Siva Subramanya temple. So it is by chance that I'm going to be visiting this afternoon. And initially it was meant to be a visit. Then it developed into maybe singing one or two songs. And then I heard that they are unveiling Arunagiri Swamigal. And because Tirupugar is such a grand subject in my heart, Muruga has shown me I have to come there and sing Tirupugar. And so it's developing. And I also have my students here from South Africa and the UK and Mauritius who will be singing with me. So Arunagiri Swamigal is a big subject for our people, because at some point in everybody's life, they are going to awaken to a higher spirituality, and they will start to have a thirst to have mukti, that is liberation from the cycle of rebirth. And when that happens, it's important that all the devotees know Tirupugar is there to support that. One line in one Tirupugar is enough.
For sure, for sure. And then we all know the story of Arunagiri, how he got the grace of Tirumuruga Peruman. But I feel personally that you have been bestowed the grace of Muruga Peruman and Arunagiri, because you have received the title. Not me, I'm not telling this. The whole world know you as Arunagiri Selvar. You have participated, I think, in many international conferences, and you were how you received that title, in fact. I'm sure it's the blessings of Muruga Peruman.
Absolutely the blessings of Muruga Peruman. And obviously, I think all the devotees who listen to our music and know me will understand that I have no interest in any recognition for singing for Tirumuruga Peruman whatsoever. I can sing equally at my home with no audience. It'll be the same as when I sing for thousands of people. But by Muruga's grace, he has allowed me to sing in many festivals and conferences. And one of them was the Arunagiri Tiruvira in Ipoh, in Malaysia, hosted by the Arunagiri Mandram. And there I have visited a few times. I've been invited to sing Tirupugar and had the blessing of meeting many saints and Tirupugar scholars and great devotees, all of who inspired me. On one such occasion that I had visited to sing Tirupugar, they had surprised me. The devotees there wished to refer to me as Arunagiri Selvar. And I think it was what inspired them, I wouldn't know, but before reaching Ipoh, every time I would go there, the days prior, I would visit every temple and sing Tirupugar on my own, and I will reach there. And on this particular occasion, they bestowed me with a certificate and a title of Arunagiri Selvar. I obviously have no idea why and what it means, but when I come here to Mauritius and see how important that is for the devotees, then I understand. I may not have a need for it, but the devotees seem to appreciate it on my behalf. It's a unique experience. I don't want to get emotional, but a title has no impact on me. But the devotees who appreciate it do, and that's magical. There is another one in Sri Lanka, and I had visited there, and they had just says, "You are Kandar Pugar Sudaroli." And it was something, I don't say it much, but I felt that in appreciation for what the devotees felt and what they wanted to do for me, even though I don't have a need for any recognition, out of respect for them, it is okay from time to time to say they thought of this whole singing of Tirupugar to call Kandar Pugar Sudaroli, and in Malaysia call Arunagiri Selvar. So
yes, of course. You are so humble that you are telling me of course, you don't need the title, but for us, for like Murugan devotees, Arunagiri Selvar is, it can be two words, Arunagiri Selvar, but its meaning, it's so huge. And also, I personally have been following your classes online, that is Tirupugar class. So how did you get the idea to share your knowledge of Tirupugar to the devotees? Like, I think every Saturday you give classes, not only Tirupugar, but you also give classes like vocal to men and also ladies. You have vocal classes.
So in South Africa, I started teaching music the day after I learned Sarali Varasegal from my guru.
After the day.
So she taught, she obviously, she had recognized that I could sing, and I had joined her classes. And I must say this because I think the people will relate. It was not easy to afford to go to music school, but my teacher would not care whether I paid or not. And that has never left me. I am the same. But the day after she taught me Sarali Varasegal, she made me teach the other kids. And I've been teaching since then. And I never stopped teaching with her. So I've always been teaching. And in South Africa, I have many, many, many students that I would teach. My family, my wife would teach Bharatanatyam. I'd teach music. And we'd go around to different parts of the city teaching. Eventually, when we settled down, everyone would come home. I'd have students every day. And then in 2017, I left South Africa and went to live in Australia by Muruga's grace. And for a year, I didn't teach anybody. A year or two had passed. And then I was invited to sing for the Mayal Viradam in South Africa. And there, 3 students asked if I would take them on as online student. And I said, we'll try. I don't know whether it'll work, but if it works, great. And they tried, and it worked. And they are singing very well. They continue to learn now. But when I saw that it worked there for 6 months, then I opened the classes to whoever wished to learn. And it's been 3 or 4 years that I've been teaching Sangeetam. And some of those students in that class have come to Mauritius this week to sing with me. They are online students only. So we are having a unique experience of singing together now, physically together. As up to now, it's only been online classes. And we are learning about it. It's wonderful. But as far as Tirupugar goes, I feel that there are great scholars of Tirupugar around the world that should be teaching Tirupugar, and they are. Amongst them, I don't count myself as one of the Tirupugar scholars. However, the nature of Arunagiri Swamigal and his life and his history and the way he describes the journey to Tirumuruga Peruman's lotus feet is that if he can earn Tirumuruga Peruman's grace, anybody can have Tirumuruga Peruman's grace. So I have imbibed that from him. I may not be a grand Tirupugar scholar, I may not speak Tamil, but by Muruga's grace, I can sing Tirupugar. And everyone who wants to sing Tirupugar with me should have the opportunity and sing. I will be singing with them, Tirupugar. To be amongst the devotees is the ultimate thing, because in the world we live in, the easiest place to find the lotus feet of Tirumuruga Peruman is inside the devotee's heart. If you find a devotee of Tirumuruga Peruman, you can sing Tirupugar to him, and it is like singing Tirupugar directly to Tirumuruga Peruman himself. That is why I teach the Tirupugar, and I learn as well and teach. So I'm learning while I'm teaching, and I'm teaching older songs that I've sang, and it's just a discovery happening every day. And other great scholars join our class. I think you know some of them. When they start speaking in between, everybody lights up, and then there's a synergy happening in this class, and the whole world is being connected with each other through Tirupugar. So, yeah.
There is one of your album, Avinasi Pattu. So this one, I think everyone is in Mauritius listen to this during our festival, our Kavadi Tiruvira. And you have been collaborating with many musicians, many producers, including our Anne, Anil Nalan Chakravarti. So how have you been like in touch with him for your composition? Everything online or physical?
So Avinasi Pattu, I learned from the devotees in Durban. I heard them sing this, and when I took my Kavadi and I had learned to sing this. And I recorded the song first in 2009 back home in South Africa with the musicians that were playing with me at the time. It was Ashley Kisten's recording studio. And I did a lot of songs back then that started it off. And then later on, when I'd moved to Australia, I used to go on Sunday mornings to Perth Balamurugan Kovil. And one day somebody gave me a copy of lyrics and said, listen, a few years ago someone wrote these songs, can you record one of them? So I recorded Appane Muruga.
One of my favorite.
And then the Mauritius Murugan Malay devotee, Nyanavelaya, he keeps in touch with me every day. So I asked him, you know, I heard some songs that was done in Mauritius and I love them. The Mauritian singers sing so beautifully. They inspire me, but who's doing the music? And he says, no, it's Anil Nallan Chakravarti. So I got in touch with him and we did Appane Muruga together. And it was the first song we did. He did all the music and it was received well by the devotees around the world. And then I thought, I always want to re-record Avinasi Pattu now. And so when we re-recorded, together, collaborating with him and the wonderful musicians, Veena Rajesh Ayya, Mayavan and Kalayamma and Disilan and all the well-known musicians here. I had the chance, by Muruga's grace, to play music with them and they could get into the studio here. And yeah, Muruga gave us that synergy. And so the songs like Avinasi Pattu, Satru Samara Velpadigam, Subramanya Tiruviruttam, and so many other songs, Paramagurunada, Tirupugal. It just flows, but as and when Muruga wills. If it was up to me, I would record every day. But Muruga, he has his own plan, so I work every day and record when he wants me to. And I'm happy with that because he puts the song in my hand like a rare gem that I personally would not have been able to do. Varavenum Mauritius Muruga is etched in my heart. It's like a diamond amongst all the songs I've sung. But I would not be capable of doing it. If I was singing every day, maybe I wouldn't. But because I am thirsty to sing, every day I go home, I am thirsty to say his name, to feel the sweetness on my lips, then he will bestow this kind of song. Tirumuruga Peruman, Muruga Saranam.
We won't end our program without listening to you singing the praise of Lord Muruga. So if you could sing something for our devotees here.
Muruga Saranam. Akaramummagi, Adibanummagi, Adigamummagi, Agamagi, Ayanenavagi, Ariyanavagi, Aranenavagi, அவர் மேலாய் இகரமும்மாகி எவைகளுமாகி இனிமையுமாகி வருவோனே இருநிலமீதில் எளியனும் வாழ எனது முன்வோடி வரவேணும் முருகா எனது முன்வோடி வரவேணும் மகபத்தியாகி மருவும் வளாரி மகிழ்களி கூறும் வடிவோனே வனமுறை வேடன் அருளிய பூஜை மகிழ்கதிர்காமம் உடையோனே செககண சேகு தகுதிமி தோதி திமியனாடும் மகிழோனே திருமலிவான பழமுதிர்ச்சோலை மலைமிசை மேவும் பெருமாளே முருகா மலைமிசை மேவு பெருமாளே வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு
Arogara.
முருகா சரணம்.
Thank you so much, Ayya, for sharing so many things about Tirumuruga Peruman and Arunagiri Nadar Peruman. மிக்க மிக்க நன்றி. தொலைக்காட்சி பெரு ரசிகர்களே, நம்முடைய இன்றைய சிறப்பு நிகழ்ச்சி இத்துடன் நிறைவு பெற உள்ளது. ஐயா மகந்தரன் பாலகிருஷ்ணனுடைய மெய் சிலிர்க்கும் பாடலை கேட்டு எங்கள் உள்ளம் உருகியது இல்லையா? நாங்கள் மீண்டும் இன்னொரு நிகழ்ச்சியில் உங்களை சந்திப்போம். அதுவரை அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி, வணக்கம். வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா.
மருவும் அடியார்கள் மனதில் விளையாட மோரோஷ் மலை மாநகரில் முருகையா. மருவும் அடியார்கள் மனதில் விளையாட மோரோஷ் மலை மாநகரில் முருகையா. எங்கள் அழகமலை தெய்வமலை உங்கள் புதிய வீருமலை வாவாவேல் முகமழகன் மோரோஷ் முருகா. எங்கள் அழகமலை தெய்வமலை உங்கள் புதிய வீருமலை வாவாவேல் முகமழகன்